And I'm just soaking into this big brown sack right now, too.
Yeah. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's party.
Welcome back to the Big Brown Sack.
Let's freaking party, huh?
Let's do it.
Woo! Woo!
You're here with Day and Jer and our very special, hot, sexy, successful mystery guest going by the name of Spencer.
Spencer. What's up, dude?
Spencer, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm so happy to be here just because when you guys started this, I was like, oh shit, I've never been on a podcast. And I think we had to reschedule a few times, but I'm finally happy I'm here.
This is the first podcast you've ever done, and boy, do you look comfy over
Thank
there.
you. Yeah,
You
I'm
look-
soaking into this thing right now.
Oh, man.
And
this
what are
is
you soaking into?
The big brown sack.
that big old sack.
Yeah, the Big Brown Sack is our couch. I'm doing everything to make that known.
Yep.
If you're not catching the vibe, just go to our Instagram. But
Yeah.
Spencer,
Not
what?
not your first encounter with a big brown sack.
No, definitely
No,
not.
no,
Not
no,
mine.
no.
That's
Well,
for sure.
well, when I walked in, I was just super excited because nothing. I just missed that. But when I walked in, there was nothing in this living room.
Oh, yeah.
When I came, remember Friendsgiving
Yeah.
a while ago where we got absolutely hammered and went to Steel Creek?
Yep.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Partied.
Yeah.
Friendsgiving, yeah, you saw this. We're furnishing, we're
Got
getting
kicked
there
off the
slowly
dance
but surely.
floor. Got kicked off the
Yeah.
dance floor at Steel Creek.
Yep.
We usually do.
Yeah.
Mostly
They had
for bad
to
dancing.
pull me off that bitch.
And we bull rided too.
We bull rided too.
Yep.
Yeah, Spencer, another great thing about him, he knows his way around a mechanical bull. That's for sure.
Yeah, you rode that. You rode the motherfucker out of that thing, dude.
Yeah. Okay, before we get too far into it, we're going to be talking. We have a very, very exciting podcast today. You'll be hearing from Spencer on why he's our bestie and a Tessie. We will be talking about why he runs the shit at work. And he is single. So we're going to talk a little bit about dating, classic podcast topics. And you're just a very impressive young man, so really looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
It.
But before we do that, I don't know if you know this because when you came over, I have a very warm and welcoming nature, but I'm actually extremely upset with you right now.
Wow. Whoa.
And you may not know this, but
people are
I'm
upset with me.
You do.
I hate it.
Uh-oh.
Hate
What's
it.
going on,
yeah, it's
Day?
one of you do not like that. Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Why do you think
look
you
so
hate it so
uncomfortable
much?
right now.
Why? Well, I have a hard time saying no, and I put people first, and I'm always scared when someone's mad at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I cannot go to exaggerating a little bit, but I can't go to sleep.
No, I
when
No,
they-
that's
when you
keep it
someone's
real.
mad at me,
You have actually chain texted me before
Oh, a bunch of
asking
times.
hey dude, are you upset with me? And I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I
I've done it with-
I pull my phone out and I've got 6 unread text messages from
Yeah.
Spencer dude, what's up? Missed call. Hey, you mad at me? Missed call. Hey, I'm gonna be there in 10 minutes. What's cool? Is that all right? Missed call. And I'm like, dude, yeah.
I
come
feel
on.
like a lot of people can
Disclaimer:
relate though.
I don't do that with the ladies. Disclaimer:
Yeah.
I do not do that with the ladies.
Anymore.
hold
I'm
on.
sure you have in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you
100%.
mad at Spencer?
Yeah.
I actually kind of want to dig into this a little bit more. Spencer, why? So where do you think that comes from? Because I think a lot of people can relate. I definitely get anxious too if I'm texting with someone, they don't text me back. I'm like, did I do something? Did I say something wrong? Where do you think that comes from in you?
My mom.
Yeah, tell me more. Shout out, Mom. I know you guys,
Yeah.
you love her a lot.
Yeah. No, so my dad's very chill and my mom's just high energy, antsy, whatever it is. And when I was young, I couldn't go to bed unless all the lights were off. They tucked me in when I was younger. I couldn't go to bed if the dishwasher was on. Any noise or
Perfect
anything.
conditions.
I was straight edge, I need it this way or I'm basically anal. I was super anal back then. And then with friends and everything else, I was always no patience. Just I need a fucking answer now.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where it comes from when people get mad at me because I feel oh shit, I want to resolve this now. Are they actually mad? And
Yeah.
with them, so
Yeah. Another
honestly,
anal boy.
Probably what makes you so good at your job, though. At the same time,
Totally. Which we're gonna get into, and we can move into that first
But
because
why
that
are
just
you
makes sense.
why are you mad at me?
So I'm pretty upset because you know, I am thankful that you came all the way down to Tacoma. That's it's a drive from the city, and we appreciate it. But you know what, Spencer? When I envisioned you coming over for the podcast, I was like, fuck yeah, he's gonna sleep over. We're gonna get in the hot tub. We're gonna go to dinner. I I had this just vision. I had expectations, and now I hear you're just stopping in for a hot sec, doing the pod, and bouncing. No tubbing. No drinking. No just hanging out, watching some fun music videos.
God is ass.
And frankly, I feel used. You just want to come on this podcast. You just want to, say you've been on a podcast, and then you just bounce. So
Wow.
tell me a little bit more about that.
Got his ass. Got his ass. Man, did you get up in that ass?
Shit.
I was like, let me get the best bedroom set up. We're gonna
Wow.
have a party.
I did not know that.
Hot seat.
That's
And hey,
Spencer.
that's a little bit on me because I didn't communicate that those were my
He's coughing, dude.
expectations.
He literally can't breathe right now. He's
Did you
coughing.
think
I
it was
can't even
gonna
look
be-
Dana in the eye.
Did you-
Like, I can't even look Dana in the eye. Like, oh God, I'm just looking at the beautiful rain outside right now.
Yeah.
Did you think it was gonna be way worse? Or
No, I just didn't know it was about that, but I could tell in your guys' text yesterday that you were both a little upset, but I didn't know. I thought it was going to be worse, yes, but I also thought it was
because for our
not going to be that
listeners,
detailed.
it is
Yeah.
the middle of our workday right now.
No,
Yeah, that's-
hey,
yeah.
hey.
No, but that's fine.
It's
No,
the,
that's
it's
totally
the
fine.
end.
I've-
You know, what is it? Like 3:30 right now?
3:30 Eastern. No, I told some buddies at work actually. They were like, "Hey, you going in the office today?" I'm like, "No, actually, I'm not. I'm going to work from home." They're like, "Darn!" And I said, "Oh yeah, and I'm going on a podcast." And they're like, "Oh shit,
Oh shit.
that's sweet."
That's some hot shit.
Yeah. And they asked whose podcast. I said, Jur and Dana.
yeah.
Jur and Dur.
If everybody knew you like we know you, they would want you on your podcast too.
Yeah, big time.
You are such an interesting guy, and honestly, you've had great answers up to this point. But what is your response to this? What is your we need to hear what
are
is
you
your
feeling
response
internally?
to Dana's "We're pissed that you're bouncing"?
Yeah. First of all, I'm sorry
Thank
to
you.
you, Dana and Joe.
I'll get over it.
I think.
Joe couldn't care
Yeah, I
less.
totally get where you're coming from. This is, I have not other plans, but I made a prior commitment later tonight, and I don't want to get stuck in the worst traffic,
Totally.
things like that too. But that's not an excuse. I do really want to come down here and fucking party our asses off, do whatever. Soak.
Are
in
you a
big
hot
brown
tub
sack.
guy?
Yes, huge hot tub guy, and
Okay.
I did not know those were on the agenda items when
Totally, and I
committed to this.
I didn't communicate it with you, so that's on me.
Hey,
but
it's fine.
I hope this just shows I
totally fine.
I just
No,
want
it
to
shows
hang.
how you want to hang out with me, and we live further away, which sucks. And next
We
time I
gotta
come down
optimize.
here,
You feel used,
we
though.
gotta optimize the
You
trip.
feel used. Do you still feel used after that apology?
Hey, look, you know what, Spencer? Your company is in demand. And if there's anything I want the listeners to take away from this podcast is he is in demand. So, ladies, you're gonna have to move quickly.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah. Speaking of commitment,
Let me.
speaking of prior commitments and just commitment in general, you can say what you want to say, but after you say what you want to say, Spencer, we'd love to hear about your dating life, where you're at with that, why ladies should want you. But hey, we'll get into that in a second.
we
Let's
have
hear
an
what you were
order.
going to
We have
say.
an order. Yeah, you were speaking and then Joe interrupted you. So please
no,
go
no,
ahead.
Joe, you're good, and I'm excited to talk about that topic. I was just going to say about the using part. I did not mean for you to feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Genuinely sorry, and whoever listened to this, I'm looking Dana in the eye right now and apologizing.
Really good eye contact. Honestly, I'm fabricating for entertainment purposes.
No,
I really don't feel.
We love you,
used.
Spencer,
We love you
honestly.
so
Love
much.
you guys
yeah.
too.
But
We
I was.
love
There was a second where I was like, wait a second, he's leaving.
Yeah. But hey, I can't wait to come down here more. I need to do it. So.
Totally. Okay, so circling back to what we were kind of talking about earlier, which is you kind of blowing up people's phones. You are the best at your job at your company. Would you say that?
I would say that. I will speak because it's always better coming from somebody else, and Spencer will downplay it because he's humble. He's a gentleman. This is a gentleman's game, folks. But
Absolutely.
I will tell you, Spencer's the shit. He's President's Club, which means he's in the top
Twice.
two years running.
Not once, but twice, baby.
Yeah, put a stamp on it. Put a stamp on it.
And that's
Number
on my
two.
LinkedIn too. It's on my LinkedIn too.
Yeah. Get him on LinkedIn.
Yeah, find him on LI.
If you find him on LinkedIn, you will see he's back-to-back President's Club. He is the best we have in the job he's doing. Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I would agree. And you have really been since day one, except for 2 weeks in which I was the best.
And it still rubs me the wrong way. I saw Dayna just strutting over to that fucking whiteboard and putting that big X on it.
Tally,
I'm like, God damn it.
tally.
Yeah, so this is great because, Spencer, when we met you...
It was all our first day.
It
so
was
we all started.
our first day, and you were out of college, right? Mm-hmm. I'm coming right out of college. Spencer's coming right out of college.
I'm coming right out of college, basically. 6
Basically,
months out.
you had a little experience, though.
3 months.
You had like 3 months experience doing some sort of cold calling gig at a different place.
Yep.
But Spencer and I are right out of college. Did you have any idea if you were going to be good or bad at like the cold calling thing and the sales thing?
No idea.
What
No
did you
idea.
major in again?
Econ and poli-sci.
Okay. What made you get into sales?
Well, I didn't want to move home after college.
Yeah.
So right when I graduated, I was applying everywhere.
He's an independent man, ladies.
And my dad did it, so I knew not a lot, but just a little about what he did.
And what kind of sales is he in again?
He was tech, cybersecurity.
Cool.
Was he also the shit at his job?
Yeah, he had some good runs.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah.
It ebbs and flows. I mean,
Yeah.
he was in the biz in the biz for dozens
30
of years,
30 plus
right?
years.
Does he
Yeah.
ever give you advice for like being in sales? Does he ever give you like a pearl of wisdom, like, hey, don't get too high with the highs, don't get too low with the low? Like, does he ever
Yeah.
give you some of that?
Honestly, no. When I call him about work, it's either because I'm bitching about something or I'm either about to close a deal and I'm super pumped up. But
Cool.
it's just like, hey, like, fuck it, Spencer. You can't really control a lot of it. So
That's probably such a great moment when you call him. You're like, yo, I'm about to close a fatty.
yeah.
Fatty, bro.
And my
This might
mom,
be my
you can hear
biggest
my
one.
mom saying, send us some money, send us some money. I'm like, fuck off. You guys are living in Scottsdale. Like, fuck off.
Wait,
Your
that's so
mom
funny.
says,
Yeah.
send us some money.
Yeah, and my fucking birthday, as a joke, but my fucking birthday gift this year was, she calls me, she's like, hey, happy birthday. This is how, like, by the book, like, antsy, anal she is, just like me.
Thank you for circling back.
Yeah, and she's like, hey, for your birthday this year, we're gonna take you off the phone bill, but I'll pay for your month of March. And I'm like,
What?
I don't expect anything.
I
like,
love that she threw it. She spun it.
Yeah.
She spun it. Hey, we'll pay for March. Don't get fired up.
But I'm like, hey, I don't ask for anything really from, for gifts or shit like that. I like to give. But I was just like, you're going to call me on my birthday and say, hey, we're taking you off the phone bill.
Interesting timing.
And then my dad's in the background this time saying, Michelle, shut the fuck up. Like, like, don't say that. So it's like there's a difference between he doesn't really care, but my mom's like that. And so that's when I call
He
him.
wants
doesn't
he
care.
wants you on the phone bill.
Yeah.
He wants that. He wants you to need him a little bit. Your mom's like, send me some cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting you off the phone bill. We're at that age, parents starting to kick us off of their shit,
It's the
bro.
last thing I'm on, ladies, by the way. So,
Your parents are in Scottsdale. Can you remind me, did you grow up in Washington?
yep, Sammamish, Washington.
Okay. And they moved to Scottsdale pretty recently, right?
Yeah, like this time last year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And are you pretty close?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, close.
And you have a sister.
Yep, older sister.
So wait,
Love.
this is the first time in
Just
your
getting
life.
the landscape of your family and your background.
This
Yeah.
is the first time in your life you're ever living in a different city than your parents.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
How has that been?
I don't think it's changed because I didn't go home that much after college, but it is weird not being able to drive 30 minutes to go home and, get a home cooked meal or go play golf on a Sunday with my dad. Those kind of things
Totally.
I miss. But
What's the thing you miss the most?
Just the home cooked meal,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. You know.
Absolutely. We'll make you some home cooked meals.
Yeah,
you come down to Tacoma.
That's a for sure stab from the. But yes, I'll be here. yeah.
We would have tonight. Anyway, so going back to
Going back to work. Sorry, I still have this question in my head.
so being anal makes you good at work is basically what I want to get to. So why do you think you're so good at your job? What do you think makes you really successful in sales?
The things I live by are make a friend with whoever I'm talking to.
Cool.
Whether it's-
Wait, I'm gonna actually write these
Yeah.
down for myself because I'm also in sales.
Yeah, we love it.
Okay. Make
What-
a
what
friend.
was the
And
question?
honestly, I think let's see if this even can relate to a lot of different jobs. So everyone you're talking to, you're making them a friend.
Internal, external, like people I'm prospecting to or talking to on a demo.
Make a
Wait,
friend.
these are like your
Fuck
rules
yeah.
to life?
No,
No.
for work.
For work.
Have you been? Where have you been?
I just checked my phone for a second. I feel like I got lost.
Unbelievable. Okay. Making everyone you talk to a friend. Love
Yep.
that. And you just kind of start by like kind of riffing on like with them, like what's up, like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just like that. I'll talk from the external perspective, just because.
like with customers.
Yeah, like
that's-
most people, not to sound like a dick, but most people know me at work.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Everyone
yeah, they
fucking
do.
knows you, dude.
so like,
I've seen our CEO dap you up.
yeah, you know, elevator the other day.
That's when you know.
He gave me a little tap on the ass too. It's
That's-
like, go
Hey.
get him today, Spencer. Go get him.
like coaches, like
Yeah.
in sports. It's our CEO. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Hey, nice job on that one, Spence.
Hey, that's a good cold brew pour there.
Getting all caffeined up. Love to see it, baby. He spits on his
Oh my
hand.
God, wait, I can't get this image out of my head of your CEO slapping your ass. Okay. You make a friend with everyone you talk to.
Yep.
Okay, what else?
Don't take a no from someone who can't say yes.
Damn! Did you just make that up?
No, I've actually.
Wait, say that again?
Don't take
Don't
a
take a no from someone who can't say yes.
What does that mean?
Oh, what do you mean?
It could be in life, anyways. Like going back really quickly to my mom. Hey,
But
mom.
if they
can I
can't
go-"
say yes, you would have to take a no from them.
Yeah, but you got to go around them. So hey, can I go out tonight? No, Spencer, you can't. Hey, Dad, can I go out tonight? Yes, Spencer, I don't care. Bang, I got a yes.
Bada bing,
like I
bada
go.
boom.
So it's like, but in shit, I thought I just unplugged my cord. But in sales, it's like you're talking to somebody and they say no, well, like fuck off, like go away. They obviously don't have power.
Yeah, they can't make the decision.
Yeah.
If they can't say yes, they can't say no. That's
So then it's like,
good.
don't take a no from someone who can't say yes, or don't take a fuck off from someone who can't say yes. Things like that.
Where did you hear that? It's like a mic drop.
Yeah,
Honestly, got chills.
I.
I think it was Biden.
It's probably been
Biden said that, right?
Yeah, probably Biden. It's probably been said before, but like people at work heard me say that and they're like, "Oh shit, I've never thought about it that way." You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
I sure haven't.
Yeah. So those two
Fantastic.
things, and then kind of just bugging the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Dude, when you're hitting me up and I'm just like, I feel like one of his prospects, dude. I feel like this guy's multi-threading me. He will
You have
hit
no
you on all
boundaries, no
channels,
limitations.
all at once. If Spencer needs you, it's not just a text message. It's a text. It's
Chain.
a snap. It's a DM on
It's an
Instagram.
email.
Yep.
It's a LinkedIn message.
Yep.
If you've got anything on Craigslist, he's getting in your emails.
I'm using my work phone to call people.
Oh
you know?
yeah, dude! I bet you're hitting up people through Xbox too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he's getting you from every angle.
You're persistent. You're consistent. You're
Yeah.
tenacious.
No wonder why you do well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are qualities that make a great salesperson and a great boyfriend. Really, ladies.
And people say being good in sales, and I do feel like there's a little bit of a stigma on sales. But I wrote down something I heard about sales. It's on the top of the notes today. Can you read what it is? What do I have written at the very top?
Dan Pink, we have data that shows that no matter the job, 40% of time spent doing something akin to sales.
So yeah, Daniel Pink. He's like a super
I've never
famous.
heard of him.
super famous author. He has a couple best-selling books on like persuasion and sales. And he talks a lot about the stigma around sales. And he was like, we, did a study where we asked people what they think about what's the first word that comes to your mind when you think about sales. And it's like sick,
Rejection.
yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Like piece of shit,
Annoying.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And he talks about
Pest, scum.
everyone, like
Yep.
teachers. If
Go
you're
on
a
and
teacher, you are selling your students to buy in on what you're talking about.
True,
If you're a
true.
boss or a manager of any kind, you're getting your team to buy in to what you're telling them to do. And he said, on average, out of all the data that they have and studies that they've done, on average, people spend 40% of their day, no matter what kind of job you're in. You spend at least 40 minutes a day doing selling. So 40% of your day is selling. And so over an hour, that's 24.
Or of the job.
Over an hour, that's 24 minutes. And so being good at sales is like, you can use it in life like you do with us.
Totally.
I mean, like you said, with everything I've done, like even with dating, it's
Yeah.
like, you're trying to sell yourself, not really sell yourself because I want to be my own person. Like I'm not going to change for some bitch, but
Some bitch.
but yeah, it's just, you gotta make a friend on the first date. You can't ask him to buy, but you can ask him for a next step.
Yeah, you can. Big time. Yeah, they might
That's
not be
facts.
ready to make a purchase or a decision, but you could at least get a next step locked down.
That's right. That's
And
all you need.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to text them a bunch. So you are single.
Correct.
Have you ever been in love?
Yes.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Well, in my definition, yes.
Of course.
But I don't know. Like
For
everyone
that
has a
time
different-
in your
yes.
life, yeah.
Everyone has a different, version of what actually in love means. But
Mm-hmm.
have I said I love you to somebody? Yes. And have I been in love in my perspective? Yes.
Yeah, I think you
Wow.
have to.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, Spencer.
And I think.
Thanks for opening up like that.
Yeah. Of course.
And are you like looking for love? Is that something you're wanting to accept into your life right now? Or are you back and forth? Are you ebbing and flowing? Are you not really sure? Where are you at?
I think it's.
And how old are you, by the way?
I'm 27. I think it's Pisces, by the way. I don't really fuck with the horoscope shit, but
In
girls
case-
like to know.
in case-
Girls like to know what the
Dude,
horoscope is.
I don't really fuck with the horoscope shit, but I also just
I'm a
brought it up.
Pisces and I'm in a full moon.
Well, girls love that shit, but
My moon's rising and
yeah.
he like knows everything.
What's your horoscope of the day? Like, bitch, I don't know. I'm just trying to tie my shoe right now and go to work.
I'm a
This
Pisces.
is also the
and
second
so-
time Spencer's called women bitches in the podcast.
Yeah.
If we get to 5, we're all taking a
okay.
shot.
Okay. Deal.
Okay.
I thought. See, right there, I was like, oh fuck, Dana's pissed that I said that. Like,
No, something.
like I was like, oh shit.
Okay, so
care.
Spencer, something I love about
I don't care about the
Dayna-
bitches.
Something I love
you,
about
bitch.
Dayna, and Dayna and I have been living together for a significant amount of
by the way.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you. But something I've learned living with Dayna is she really lives by like funny is funny.
Funny's
You
funny.
know, funny's
yeah.
funny. You are a little closet feminist, I think. But
Yeah, I support taking risks.
yeah,
I'm not going
funny
to
is funny.
judge someone
She
if they're
values
trying
comedy.
to make
Yeah.
a joke.
No,
you know what I
agree.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Dayna was a stand-up comedian, and she
love that.
values comedy, and I
yeah,
love that
that's
about
a
you.
really big statement. I wouldn't say that necessarily. I'd say I've dabbled in the art
Yeah.
a few times.
Every time we bring it
but-
up, she doesn't give herself enough credit, but
Yeah.
she did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
She got out there.
Yeah. But I have to answer your question. I have been in love once.
Okay.
So
Awesome. We won't get into it. I just wanted to know a
Yeah.
little bit about your background and what would you say is your perfect date? Like you match with? Do you use
give me the
Hinge?
situation.
Do
Give me
you,
the situation. Season, time of day.
You don't know them. You've never met them. You match with them on Hinge. You use Hinge as your preferred dating app.
Yeah, I try. I've been going less and less on it just
Okay.
because it's better to meet people in person or
Of
mutual
course,
friends.
of
But
course.
perfect date.
I think they're starting to call
From
it like
Hinge, you
organic.
don't know them.
You want to meet someone organically.
Yeah,
Out in the
organically.
wild.
Yeah, out in the wild. Yeah.
Which I totally respect. I think that's pretty much everyone's preference, but you
But
know.
if the situation you're asking about is Hinge or anybody,
Yes. So you don't know this person. You've never met them. you need to think of a date idea. They agree to a date. Like, where do you thrive? What environment are you thinking, like, this will bring
Yeah.
out the best in me? So this is what I'm going to suggest we do.
Yep.
Make it good.
It's a good question.
Make it good.
First off, it has to be on a weekday.
Love. I'm actually going to write this down too. I don't know why I'm writing
Just
this,
like,
but
why
I'm
would you?
blown away by that. Why?
Really?
I will, I can't wait to hear this.
The reason is there's no pressure for what happens after the date. It's a Tuesday night. Hey, I'm working. It's like she's working tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow. I'm going home after the first date every time. So like, there's no pressure of like, hey, it's a Saturday night. Like, are you doing anything after? Like, oh, I'm going here. Like,
Want to
okay,
come?
am I invited? Or
yeah.
you know, things. I don't want that pressure on the first date.
Or pressure to be like, want to come back to my place?
Yeah,
Because like, what
you
if you
know?
guys just aren't feeling it,
Yeah.
and then it's just like this elephant in the room the whole time?
But
Wow,
but
okay.
regardless, I'm never asking. I'm done after the check's closed.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, unless she's really like, do you want to come back? And I have nothing going on, but it's a Tuesday night. Like, I'm trying to go to bed soon. So there's no pressure for me to,
yeah.
and her.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And is
All right.
it dinner, bowling, comedy show,
Usually-
golfing?
Yeah, that's a good
that
one.
will bring
That's a
out
good
your
one.
strengths.
That's a good one in the summer. I do that. No, I think like I've been doing a lot of just, hey, let's go grab a drink. In Fremont, ask her what neighborhood she's in. Maybe I'll like go over there.
Meet halfway.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's
Pack
what I
in.
yeah. Fucking love.
You ever do
packing.
a first date at the pack in?
I haven't done that yet. But yeah, just drinks. If it's nice out, maybe go on a walk.
Yeah, love.
Grab a drink after. Morning dates, a coffee, but I'm not. I'm usually just doing a evening date.
And first dates, you're talking about what you guys do for work. Do you have like any tools on how to keep the conversation flowing?
The
Do you
question.
have any like go-tos?
Yeah, the question. So yeah, it's about work, like growing up, and I love asking questions. Like I'm in sales, I'm curious. So I enjoy when I'm asking, like when I'm taking control of the not taking control, but like being the one that asks the questions, and she's asking me to respond, and then like kind
Yeah.
of shifting it around. But one question I really do like is, tell me something about you that I should know. And it's not the first question, but like if it's going well, and I get the college, friends, work, it's like, hey, tell me something about you that I should know.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, tell me
It's,
something.
yeah, how do
Yeah.
they? It's even telling of like how are they going to respond under pressure?
Yeah.
Can you say it again, Spencer?
What is something that I should know about you that I don't? Or tell me something about you that I don't know?
Tell me something about you that I don't know, Day.
It's really hard to put myself in that position because it's been so long since you haven't known me.
What would you say?
Let me just wet my whistle.
Yeah, crack that bitch open.
Dude, I don't fucking know, okay?
You don't
This
know.
is so far from my reality, I can't.
Okay.
Spencer,
What do the girls
What-
usually say?
well, I want to know what you would say. So if they probably ask
I mean,
you
I've
that
had
question
so many
back.
different answers. It's
What's
not
the
so
best
many,
one?
but-
What's the best one and the worst one you've gotten?
And disclaimer, I don't go on like a shit ton of dates, right? But the best one I've probably gotten was she was very vulnerable about this, and I actually was like it opened up a huge deep conversation.
Oh, nice.
She said my dad's an addict, and I was like, wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit. At first I said, I'm so sorry. And this was recent. This was a recent date.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. Like, how'd you cope with it growing up? Things like that. And it just opened up like the floodgates of
Yeah.
getting really personal.
Do you feel like that helped build like a connection?
Yeah. I mean, it was the first date, but I was like, oh shit, she just let her whole guard down. Because
Yeah.
that's like, I would assume to some people, that's something you don't really want to talk about or have people know. So that was the best one.
Yeah,
Got it.
nice.
And-
Was there a second date you guys like?
Oh, yeah.
talking and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
If you can be vulnerable like that, I think you should always respect that.
Yeah.
No matter what they say.
Exactly.
Like if somebody is genuinely being their true self and like telling a truth, you got to respect that.
And what this goes for too, and we'll finish the question. Even with music, like I think music's one of the best ways to express somebody. And when someone judges someone's music, or like, it's a complete red flag. It's like you listen to
Interesting.
like you listen. It's like,
You're like,
it makes them
what's
happy,
your-
or like
Yeah.
they love it. It pumps them up. Like,
That's a red flag for you.
that's a huge red flag.
So when someone's like, "You listen to Olivia Rodrigo, dude?"
Fucking
Yeah.
loser.
So
Well, when I'm guessing girls ask you that question back,
We
so what
ride
do
for
you
Olivia
say?
Rodrigo. By the way.
I made a TikTok about
Huge
it too.
fan. Huge
Yeah.
fan. She's living my teenage dream. What?
Is she a teenager?
I think she was when she started. She might be like 18 now, or I don't know. Spencer, when girls ask you that question back, what do you say? She goes, "Okay, my
Yeah.
dad's an addict. Your turn."
Do they ever ask?
Yeah, they ask.
Yeah. So what do you say?
Off the top of my head, if it depends on the situation, but ones I play the cello. I think that's a good one that
that's
people.
a great
you know?
one.
It's
That's
like
a great
He's
one.
weird, but-
multi-talented.
Yeah. So that one.
I always forget that you play the cello. Well,
Yeah,
apparently
well,
I've heard. I've
yeah.
never heard you play.
Yeah, I should take it out of the basement sometime. But
Yeah, you should.
play the cello. Two different color eyes.
Like this podcast, and Spencer will come back for another episode where he plays
you
us
have
the cello.
two different colored eyes.
Let me see. Let's see here. Oh, you
Oh my
do.
God.
What
the heck?
Spency?
Yeah. That one's like kind of not that deep, like the one the girl told me, but I don't really have any big life moments growing up. But
She's like,
I played the cello and I got two different eyes. Yeah.
She's like, my dad's an addict. What's yours?
Well,
I have two different colored eyes.
And I played the cello. She's like, "Are you kidding?" She's like wiping her tears.
no, but hers made it spark conversation, so it was about her. Like I didn't talk
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
But those are some ones I do. I had hemorrhoids. No. How'd you pop them? Well, I shoved my index finger up my ass. No. But no, like those are kind of the ones, my faulty ones.
Yeah, that's cool. So nothing like too deep or personal.
No.
So yeah, I guess, I don't know. I really don't know how I would answer that question.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
I would be like, I would ask a follow-up question like, what do you want to know about me? Like, are you looking for information about my family? Are you looking
There's
for
a sales
salesperson.
background. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Are you
there's
looking
Ding,
for
ding,
salesperson in you.
information about
Don't be afraid to answer a question with a question.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
facts? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's your ideal date. What's the worst dating scenario you've ever been on?
I would it was a dating scenario, but like I bailed on the date, but like something that happened after I bailed on the
Yeah.
date.
Okay,
please
before
tell
you
us.
answer, because I know what you're going to say. And
This is my favorite story ever.
yeah, before you answer this question, because I know where you're going with this.
Does it have
and
to do
I-
with Capitol Hill? I hope we're on this. Are we on the same page?
It's a drop dead one. It's a drop dead good
Gorgeous,
story.
yeah.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah,
It's a drop
we're
dead
on the same
gorgeous
page.
story.
We're on
Okay,
the same
so
page.
I texted. So Spencer and I, we have a lot of mutual friends. So we have a lot of mutual homies, secondhand homies. And I've texted probably like 10 people before this episode saying things like, hey, what should we ask Spencer? Any topics, any things you want to discuss? And I think every single person that I texted asked me to bring this up with you. And so,
Middle finger to all those people.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Flipping the bird right now.
but I want to say that a lot of people say that, the worst place you can end up after a date is on the couch by yourself.
I disagree, but
Where do you think the worst
Sounds
place
like the
you could
best
end
place
up
to end up.
for a date is?
so it's funny because the night this happened, I have a really good memory too. That's something about me that a lot of people don't know.
Oh, cool.
Very good memory.
Cool.
What did you have for dinner yesterday?
I actually went out with Riley. I got a French dip, and then we split some prawns at Highliner.
Yum. Shout out
So,
Highliner.
Shout
no
out.
beers either. Just had some water. So,
No beers.
so this happened. So this girl I matched with, we had a date set up, and on Hinge, I don't like to do the small talk. Just like, let's do that in person, or like about you. So like, hey, do you want to go on a date next week? Sure. So I ended up bailing.
No small talk. Noted.
Yeah, no small talk on the Hinge app. I ended up bailing for some reason. She wasn't very happy, so I think she was either all ready to go. It was like I get probably 2 hours. I don't know where she lived, like in the area at the time.
Wait, yeah. How close to the date did you cancel?
Like 3 hours.
Okay.
2 or 3 hours. It's just like, yeah. Anyways.
And why'd you cancel? Do you remember?
I don't remember that.
I guess your memory's not that good.
Got his ass again! Oh yeah! Got his
love the sound effects you
ass
have on
again!
Well, she obviously wasn't important enough, so that's why I don't remember.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. So we were on we were on our
Sorry.
we were on our rooftop, my rooftop, and it was just a party. And I actually do remember what I was wearing because we have a TikTok of it. You, me, and Micah were doing the Corvette.
Oh, that night.
It was that night.
Oh,
it was that night.
Oh, I know. No, you bailed on her because me and Micah are way cooler and
Yeah.
way more fun to hang out with.
No, that was the night that the follow-up scenario happened. I vividly remember it. But you guys are way cooler.
Okay.
Like, I fucking love you guys.
Thanks. Shout out, Micah. Love you, girl.
But yeah, so we were on my rooftop. It was all of us, like Craig, Evan, Simon.
It was someone's birthday.
It was, I don't remember what birthday it was. I don't know. It was someone's birthday, but we were on our rooftop.
Yeah.
Could have been Roman or Jay,
Yeah.
Simon.
Anyone, really.
Honestly, anybody. There's probably, yeah. So anyways, night got late. I don't think
Could have been my birthday.
honestly, yeah, it could have been your birthday. So night got late. We stayed on the rooftop, so people were still there because Simon lived there. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'm not responsible. He lives here too. I'm gonna, go to this lady's house. So it's getting late. I leave. She texted me first. Said, "What are you up to?" Said, "Oh, I'm just having people over."
So she
This
initiated.
isn't the, and this. Let me get this
This
clear.
is a week later after I bailed.
Thank you.
Week later after I bailed. Taking a little sip.
Yeah, wet your whistle.
She initiated.
She initiated it. Yep. And so I'm like, oh, I have some people over on the rooftop. What are you doing? Heading back from the bars, going back. Do you want to come over? A single drunk guy is going to say yes.
Yeah, duh, girly.
99.5 times out of 10, 100.
Yeah.
It actually, I don't
What do
say
the guys say?
Fellas,
but yeah.
put yourself in his shoes.
Yeah.
You know, put yourself in his shoes.
And disclaimer, I would not do this if I was on 5 dates, 6 dates with someone I liked. Obviously, I was stone cold single at the time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. He's loyal to a fault.
He was SCS.
Hey,
Stone cold single.
This guy will be loyal to you even if there's not a title. You guys been on a few dates, you're talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna prioritize that person over someone else for sure.
You heard it here first.
So she says, yeah, you should come over. I'm like, okay, where do you live? Cap Hill. Sends me the address. It's 12:30. I call the Uber, and I'm not checking the address. I'm pretty drunk.
Yeah,
I'm
so you just
obviously,
copy
I'm
and
not,
paste.
Yeah, I'm not going to Apple Maps first to zoom in, see where if she's by a Taco Bell or McDonald's. I don't give a fuck.
No, you copy and paste that
yeah,
shit.
Copy and paste. So call the Uber, and I'm in the Uber. I'm like, okay, still haven't met this girl, but she's cute, so we'll see how it goes. And Cap Hill, not a big fan of Cap Hill just because it's far and just kind of, yeah. But anyway, so I get there, and it's dark, and I get out, and I'm like, where the fuck am I? There's houses across the street, but I get out.
You don't know. It's a non-familiar area.
Non-familiar area. Does
you're
not
not
seem
really
like her
sure where you're
address.
at. It's
Yeah.
probably dark.
Yeah. And I get out on the driver's back right side, and I look, and I'm like, I'm at a fucking cemetery. In a decent neighborhood, I'm in a fucking cemetery. At the black fucking iron fences looking fucking stone cobblestone right in my face.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
my fucking face.
You're stone cold single. They're stone cold dead.
Yeah.
You're in a fucking graveyard.
And I'm like, you got it. At first I'm like,
confused, bro.
I'm like, hey, I'm here. Are you across the street? I just got dropped off. And a couple of minutes go by. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, fuck, it's cold. I'm fucking at a cemetery.
So at this point, do you know you've been had?
Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, this cannot be these are decent houses. and it, like, so I'm just like, okay. And she responds and she say, I sent you to the cemetery because you bailed on me. And
'Cause you're dead to me.
And like,
That
you're
would've
dead to
been
me. And
sick.
why
You're
would you come
dead
over
to me,
this late?
she said.
It was like,
She should have.
she
Welcome to
should
the
have.
missed a
graveyard.
huge
Yeah.
fucking
Welcome to the
opportunity.
graveyard, bitch.
If you're
Like-
gonna pull,
Oh my
hey,
Yeah.
god.
oh, she did.
No, that would be fucking hilarious.
Hey, girl.
Good as ass.
Hey, girly pop. If you're listening to this, which you probably are, if you're gonna pull some super sick shit like that, which I absolutely support and will recommend to any woman in a similar position, you have to you gotta be creative.
Right?
You gotta say, because you're dead to me.
Yeah.
Or what did you just say?
Just because you bailed on the first date, or no, I think Joe said it.
What did you
Bury
say?
his ass or something. Because I'm
Welcome to the graveyard because you're fucking dead to me. Good as ass.
Like,
She didn't take
You
that
had-
opportunity.
Ass.
you had the ideation, but you didn't execute as much
Yeah.
as you fucking should have.
She didn't execute. And
Girl.
so
She got your ass so
yeah,
bad
she
though.
did still come out because I spent fucking $40 on an Uber at 12:30 to go to
funny.
Capitol. Think I'm getting my nut, but either
Okay,
way,
so she was-
go to the fucking graveyard. Dude.
Yeah, you thought you were gonna get your dick wet.
So, anyways, like she's like, yeah, I sent it. I'm like, okay, so I'm going home? Question mark. She said, yeah. So I got an Uber, went home, and told the story. to
Damn, that's so
everybody the next
intense.
day. Yeah.
I wonder if like that's pretty like like that's pretty out there
It's
for
savage.
someone to do.
Yeah.
I
Savage
wonder
is a
if
good
she
word.
came up with that
Savage.
on her own, or if she was
Right?
like with a bunch of girls. They were drunk. She was telling about this story about how you bailed and be like, oh my god, like if it was
Yeah.
a bunch of girls who were
Oh,
like
to
drunk,
be a fly on the wall. in
or
that
if
room
she's
of
my
just
God,
like, or if
dude.
she's just like a savage.
Yeah, but like, that's just like so.
I
weird.
wouldn't
It was
ever do that by
insane.
myself, but I do
Right?
see like I would see
Oh,
like a
yeah,
group of girls
dude.
get,
Yeah.
like
It's
getting all
mob
riled up
mentality.
about
It's
it's
mob
mob mentality. Yeah,
dude. You
exactly.
get with your girls, you're
Yeah.
like, let's fuck.
Yeah, let's fuck
Send-
this guy.
where should we
Fuck this
send him?
guy.
Where
Let's
should we send
fuck
him?
this guy.
Someone goes,
ruin his
cemetery.
night. Fuck that. Let's ruin his week.
You were shook over that though, for
Yeah,
real.
it's fucked.
You, yeah,
It's fucked.
Who would like? Did you have a roommate at the time?
Yeah, I was still in Ray.
So
Yeah, I
you
was
went
with
home.
Luke.
Was he
Yeah.
awake?
No, he was asleep, but I was like, you gotta
Shout out
fucking
Luke.
get. Yeah.
Did you wake him up?
No, I
Oh,
went to
okay.
bed. I was so butthurt. I was just like,
Yeah.
fuck this. I just spent $80 to go to fucking a graveyard.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Luke because he'll probably listen to this.
Oh, yeah, he'll listen.
And
Yeah.
I texted Luke.
That bastard, he gave you this one?
He honestly he put
That
so
rat
much
bastard.
he put so much thought into the message that he sent me. He sent me so many things.
Yeah, it was
and I
good.
text him and he goes, "Give me a few hours."
I love that.
He goes,
I love that.
He goes, let me think. Give me a few hours. Puts together a nice message, writes me back, and one of the things he was like, "You have to tell the cemetery story."
So good. I'll never forget it.
Never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget.
And now she's missing out, so.
Yeah, she
Fuck that.
is. Like you have so much to offer.
Yeah.
So before this episode, you guys did a bit of a Tesla tour, which we'll be releasing.
was
You
awesome.
also have a boat access. Are you doing that again this summer?
I am. I'm doing it with my friend Evan.
Shout out Evan. We love
shout
you.
out Evan. We love Evan.
Me
Yeah,
too.
so we
Slept on his couch like 4 times. Shout out Evan.
I'm actually the one that came up with the idea last year. There's 2 days where you love owning a boat. The day you buy it and the day you sell it. Just because of all the fucking maintenance and shit that goes into it.
Yeah.
So we just said, fuck it. Like, let's get a boat for the summer. Boat share. We can just wake surf, go out there whenever. And it was probably one of the best decisions of my
ever.
life.
So you're
Yeah.
going to do it
Yeah.
again. And Evan's a
Yep, we're
single
doing it
guy
again.
as well, ladies.
Yep.
Highly recommend. So we've got basically 2 single guys with boat access. What more
Not
can you
hard to
freaking
find.
ask for?
They'll be in Lake Union
Yeah.
on their boat.
Yeah, true.
ladies.
Not very hard to find, I can expect.
But yeah,
The ones
great,
who
great.
look like
So
they're
fun.
rich as fuck and super happy, that's going to be those 2.
You think? Or super sad.
Yeah,
I honestly
literally
don't
that.
know what you guys would look
Just me and
Well, I've
Evan.
seen you guys on a
Me and
boat.
Evan just dangling our feet off the boat, just like, fuck, dude, we're so single. Just holding hands. But we have a fucking boat, so.
Yeah.
Kissing.
You're also a cat dad, which I was so happy to see. Because when you got a cat, I was like, wow, it's been so long since I've seen him get some pussy.
I did not. That's a good one, Dayna.
Thanks. I think. Did you come up with that one, Joe?
I don't know, but I will tell you that you got his ass.
Oh,
Take a
man.
bow. Take
Thank
a
you,
bow.
everyone. Thanks for coming.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'll be here every Sunday. So yeah, you have a cat, and I think that says a lot about you. You do the cello. You're also very talented at golf. You played professionally, yeah?
Not professionally, in collegiately.
Collegiately.
But collegiately, collegiately.
It's the highest level
Before pros.
Before
I could turn
pros.
professional tomorrow if I wanted to, and just change my status to professional golfer. But like not on the shit like that. So.
But you did play with guys in college who are now on the PGA Tour, correct?
Correct. Yep.
That's
Correct.
sick. Where's your favorite golf course in the world that you've ever been to? And is there one that you are dying to go to?
Best I've ever been to is probably St Andrews in Scotland, the home of golf where it was
Scotland,
created.
wow.
Yeah. So
That's
fun.
amazing
Yeah.
that you got to do that.
Course I've never played, but I want to. Augusta, obviously. But I've been to a lot of places for golf.
What do you mean, Augusta? Obviously, like explain that
It's-
to me. I
it's
don't know
very
shit about any of this.
Yeah. So St Andrews in Scotland, it's where golf was invented. They do the British Open there every 10 years or every 5 years.
Oh,
And Augusta National is where the Masters is. And it's just the most prestigious. You can't get on it. You got to be a member. So
that's sick.
every golfer's dream is to play Augusta. So
Okay, so when did you know? I think like every athlete, and I don't know anything about this personally because I did PE in high school, but I feel
Dana's
like
just ripping volleyballs out of people's heads or dodgeballs. Yeah. I can just see that.
no, we literally play like dodgeball and like
Yeah, it's so
handball
fun.
and like go on long walks and like didn't do shit.
Dana's pretty good at playing catch, though.
Yeah, you guys would
Baseball?
be surprised. Football, baby.
Football.
The way I handle that pigskin, you don't even know, baby. Sorry. I'm really sorry for that.
Can I ask Spencer a question about his athletics?
Yeah.
Spencer,
I'll let you have the mic for a while, I guess.
Dana's good at asking questions.
you are really good, Dana. But from one college athlete to another, when did you know, like growing up, playing golf, that you were like, I'm gonna fucking be really good at this? What can you draw to like a specific point in your life where you were like, I fucking got this, dude?
Yeah, so I started golfing when I was 3. And probably when I started playing golf tournaments at 8, the 8 to 11 age group and for WJGA, that's when I was like, I want to like fucking do this. Like nothing, like this is what I
How
want to do
old?
the sport. I was 8. So I was playing baseball, doing the T-ball shit, like stuff like that. And I was like, Dad, I don't want to do T-ball and, basketball and all these other sports. I'm like, I just want to do golf.
Yeah.
And so that's when I was
That's
like, I'm
so
just
cool.
going to do this.
And
So,
your dad was a golfer,
Dude,
big golfer
you
as well.
ate in a
Yeah.
little polo. Need a picture.
Yeah.
And we're going to
I got
insert it
pictures.
right
Yeah,
now.
send us some pictures.
Yeah, I will.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, so my dad was like, fuck yeah. Like my dad played college golf and he didn't have to force me
Oh,
to
your
do
dad
that.
played
Yeah.
college golf.
So
Cool.
he was just like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
And
So,
some people might not even understand, like, especially the college that Spencer went to and played at, like, even from high school, like, it's the 1% of high school golfers go and play at the level that Spencer did. Spencer was very good and still is.
yeah.
And still is. Honestly, Spencer and our other friend Craig are probably the 2 best golfers that I've ever played a round of golf with. And my friend Colin back home played college golf as well. He's a very good golfer.
he's a stick, yeah.
He's a stick for sure.
What's that mean?
They
A
mean-
good golfer.
Good golfer.
He's good.
Oh,
stick.
yo.
He's a very good golfer.
Oh, that's a stick.
Yeah.
Stupid.
But man, can these guys golf? But yeah. So you're 8 years old and you say, "I want to do this. I know this is what I want to do." At what age were you like, "Oh, I'm going to be able to do this. Like I'm the shit." Like when was
Yeah.
that moment for you?
like, I'm going to take this as far as I can.
Yeah,
kind of moment.
it was a couple years later, honestly, because I started playing competitive golf when I was 8. And then when I got to the 12, 13, so it's 8 through 11, then 12, 13, I was like, I'm fucking good at this. Like, I get the mini trophies and I go home in the summer and, put them all up on my wall and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is fun. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And then when you get older, like more things come into play. So you get a coach, bigger tournaments you're traveling. But when I was that, I was just like, I want to do this.
Cool.
So, yeah.
And then I think every athlete comes to a point where they like come to a realization that they can't be professional with their sport, whether that's like for, you know, you've reached the height of your abilities, or that's just not the path you want to go down, or money. Like, what was that moment for you? And you know,
Are you talking about like when he stopped playing?
Like when I was just
when
like, I don't
did
want to do
you
it.
stop? Yeah. And
When did you
why?
know when you had to hang it up?
Yeah.
You were gonna have to
Throw
hang
it,
it up.
when did you decide to throw in the towel?
Yeah. So it was in college, obviously, because I, wanted to play college golf. So
Great question.
it was, it's a really good question. It was going into my senior year. I was living with a bunch of friends. I stayed on campus for the summer, met a bunch of other friends, and I was just like, this is so fun. Like not having to play, golf all time during the summer, travel, miss out on fun things. And so after my senior year of golf, I just was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. Not competitive, like, practicing 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, spending all summer doing this. So I was like, you know what? I want to live my life and hang out and do things with my friends and try new things. So with golf, you can play it all your life. So I can still sign up for tournaments and be competitive and play with friends like Joe, Evan, and Craig.
Yeah.
But
Do it,
yeah,
like,
it's just
leisurely for fun.
Fuck it, I'm done and I want to live my life. So senior year of college.
Yeah.
So.
And do you think you were so good you could have been professional?
No.
So there was something about that too.
Yeah.
You're like,
Did you, when you got to college, did you still think I'm going to be a professional golfer?
Yes. Yeah.
At what point did you say, I know I'm not going to be a professional golfer?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore
like,
year.
It's just
Yeah,
literally just
yeah.
like 1 year went by. I'm like, holy fuck. Like I'm in college too and I'm doing this. Like my friends, I'm seeing Instagram stories and Snapchats of people boozing and having fun. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I like don't want to do this for a living.
Yeah.
know?
did you also see like
Such a good point.
Yeah.
Such a good point.
yeah. Did you also see people like I feel like when you get to the college level, like in high school you're the shit and then in college you're just around people who are like outstanding.
Yeah.
And you're just like
For golf.
then comparing
Yeah.
yourself or really for any sport, you just have more access and
Yeah.
visibility to people who are like insanely fucking good. And you're like, oh damn, like I was number 1 in high school, but I'm like number 10 here or whatever, you know?
Exactly. I thought you were talking about like I'm the shit in high school from just my life in general, and I was the biggest nerd in high school. But yeah, it's hard because you come in as a freshman and you're like one of the best people in the state or best at in high school, and then it's like fuck, I got guys that are seniors and juniors that are gonna be on tour, and I'm just like this pipsqueak that's a freshman. So
Yeah. You're like, whoa. So you were a nerd in high school. Do you say that because you played the cello? Not that cello players are nerds, but sometimes people in band were like considered nerds. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean you were a nerd?
just carried around my cello, and people hated or just
love
made so
that.
much fun of golfers and golf in high school and shit growing up,
yeah.
and now everyone loves it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why. Not because I like was just
You just had your
classes.
cello all the time.
Yeah.
So we got to whip that puppy out. When's the last
Yeah,
time
who's
you played?
laughing now though? Like you were a college athlete and have all,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Fuck them.
Fuck them, dude. Fuck them.
Welcome.
Fuck them. I want to ask you. Oh yeah, do you have a hard stop?
Do you have a hard stop at the top of the hour?
Yeah. Do you have a hard stop? Do you got like 30 more minutes in you?
Yeah.
30 more minutes. What time is it?
I'm having so much fun.
It's fun, huh?
This is fucking sweet. Like
Yeah.
the headset and everything.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
fucking sweet.
It is.
It's 4:24.
It is, and I hope it just feels like you're hanging out with us.
Oh,
Are
I
you
am.
wanting to leave at 4:30?
No,
for
no,
traffic?
I said I'll stay for another 30.
Okay,
we
let's
can
just
do
keep
the-
ripping-
Yeah, let's keep
ripping.
ripping.
What was the best part of being a college athlete?
I think all the gear.
Yeah,
Because we were great. Like we were a good school to get gear. Gear,
Yeah.
just like saying,
Do you know what he means by he says gear day?
No.
just like
Polos.
every like polos, pants, socks, underwear, sweatshirts, rain gear, golf clubs, golf balls. Traveling.
Yeah, if you're
everything,
playing a
literally
sport
everything.
at a major
You're getting some
university,
serious gear,
You're
or as I
getting-
like to call it, swag.
Yeah.
swag. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
getting
Not
like
swag,
literally
swag.
everything
Yeah.
from underwear to eye black
Yeah.
to hats.
You get everything.
socks,
Everything.
shirts.
Hey, I know about
jackets.
And I still have shit that I haven't even taken out of the boxes yet.
Damn.
Like, that's how much stuff you get. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dude,
so that
can
was
I
a
get
good
some
part.
gear? Can I
Yeah,
get some gear?
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then the other part more like is just meeting all the different athletes and making a bunch of friends with other people.
Yes.
It was like we had athletes table, so dinner from 5 to 8. I'd always try and go at different times throughout the week just to see who was there and see who I could hang out with, and it was the best part of it.
What sport do golfers get along with the best?
I'd say
Rugby.
I don't think UW has rugby. Women's soccer. We hung out with women's soccer a lot.
you did, didn't you?
Nice try, Spencer.
No, I had some really good friends on the women's soccer team. Women's golf, for the people that were like really like into the golf. We'd all golf together, things
Yeah.
like that. Tennis was really close with us too.
Yeah. The fringe sports.
Yeah, but I got stuck. I got stuck living with 7 soccer players. So I
Male
literally-
or female?
Male. So I like merged a bunch of groups together because like I had my homies. I was hanging out with the soccer guys.
You like your
Blue.
freshman dorm, you were living with soccer players?
Seven
You
soccer
were-
guys and a
And you-
golfer.
Friendship bridge.
And
Yeah.
typically you would have been with other golfers? Or...
Yes, I forgot to sign up for housing, and so that was the only spot available. And it, blessing in disguise, I made so many great best
that's
friends.
awesome.
So,
You
yeah.
probably wouldn't have had nearly as good of a time if you were with the golfers.
Oh yeah, dude, 100%, 100%. But yeah, those are the 2 reasons why I loved it.
Probably Luke. Is that how you met Luke?
Yep, that's how I met Luke.
Wow. Beautiful.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful. What do you think? At what point? So I asked you, like, at what point did you know you were going to be the shit growing up playing golf? We all started at High Spot together. We all show up day one. Dayna had a little bit of experience, so I felt like you kind of knew you were going to be good.
You're saying that I was only better than you guys because I had a little bit of experience. I'm not having that. I had 3 months of cold calling experience in a wildly different role. Maybe it's just the fact that I caught on a little faster than you guys. Can it be that?
It can be that, totally.
Yeah,
It can totally be that.
Yeesh. Give credit where credit's due.
And I will
for
say you
crying
were
out
better. I will say you were better than
loud.
us. You were better
you were
than
the
us.
only girl in our class too,
Yeah,
so
you
that
were
made you
also-
stand out already.
Yeah, it was
Also-
like me and 7 guys.
When I brought up that Daniel Pink stat earlier, he also said something. He has a master class that I watched. And he said something that they did a study where they asked 200 people. They asked them, what do you picture when I ask you, who do you envision as a salesperson? And not one of them said a woman. They all described a man. 200 people.
Yikes.
They all described a man. None of them said
I'm
women.
not surprised. I don't know why. That's not breaking news. Like, we just get the fucking whatever.
But anyways, there was 8 of us. There was 8 of us that were onboarding at the same time.
That's how we all met.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how we all met.
That 1
And
year
Dayna,
anniversary party
Joe,
was electric.
Spencer.
how we
We
all
bring
met.
up Craig a lot.
Yeah.
Craig,
Craig was in there.
Steen,
some
Bryce,
other good people.
and
Will.
Sasha, and Will. That was it.
Yep.
And so we
there's
all
3 left.
started. We all started this company at the same time. Spencer, you and I had no idea if we were going to be good at this thing or not. We had no
idea.
clue.
No idea.
No clue. And look at us now.
Still there.
At what point did you know
Still on top, baby.
that Dayna, it was right away. Dayna, we all knew you were going to be good at it right away. But at what point did you know, Spencer, like, all right, I'm going to be good at this? How many months, maybe even your year, like, when did you know, like, I'm going to make a career out of this? I'm going to be good at this?
I think it was. I don't really have a specific day or like time or portion of my first role there, but like when I knew I was going to be good at it, when I wanted to be in the role I am now, because all my friends, Joe, Craig, Doc, all these people, I'm stuck on the other side. Cam asked me, do I want this role? I said, fuck no, I don't want this role. Like, I want to do this. Like, this is what I'm doing. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to sit over here on this side while all my other friends that I sat with are, got promoted and doing this role. And meanwhile, I'm still stuck doing this. But that's when I was like, I'm doing this. I'm going to be good at it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is inspiring.
Because I used to get FOMO and I was like, fuck, I want to do what I want to be with them. But I was like, no, I got to do this.
Yeah,
That's what
and
I'm
the
doing.
role that we were in, people to give people the whole picture, the role we were in, it's not a fun role to be in. You're doing cold calls, you're doing cold emails, you're the front line of the sales cycle, you're getting shit on, you're eating shit. You're eating so much shit in that role. And what Spencer's saying is we all got promoted out of that role before you, not because we were better performers or anything other than you could have got promoted with us, but you chose to stay in the role that is not fun to be in because you're like, this is my path, and now I got to prove to all these motherfuckers that I made the right choice.
Yep.
Damn. I did not know that had a play in it. It's pretty cool.
If you could be on any dating show, what dating? Because you're a single guy. You're a catch, Spencer. Let's be honest. You're one of Seattle's hottest bachelors. If you could be on any dating show, which one would you want to be on?
There's so many of them now. Mm-hmm. But
if you could be on any one of them, it's like they all want you. It's just a matter of choosing.
Probably The Bachelorette.
Cool.
Dude.
I was going to say
Such a bad
that
answer.
What? What other one? I don't know a lot of them. Like Love Island? No.
But The Bachelorette, you have the least likely
but
chance
that's good though. I mean, not least likely, but if I'm the Bachelor, I don't want to fucking
he wants to be the Bachelor and have 12 women.
I want to be the Bachelor.
He's saying Bachelorette.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
respect.
because the
You want to go to a house with like 40 dudes competing for one girl. That's the one you choose.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's my mentality.
You asked him a question.
Here's my
he
mentality
answered.
about it.
All right.
So I have a hard time saying no, and I put people first, blah blah blah. But like, if I'm on the Bachelorette, I know immediately if she has to be honest. So I'm like, she's not going to keep me around if I'm not the one, and like, get me out of there. So I know, but I'm going to put my fucking heart and soul into the show, and if I like her, great. But it's like, I don't want to fucking be on this show if she's not gonna. I would rather know early than being like led on.
Yeah, because in Love Island, shit can just drag out because like you have to partner up and
in the situation with The Bachelor, like, you're expecting me to pick between two girls of like having this publicity of what happens if everything goes down the shitter, then then it's just shitty.
Totally.
So
Yeah, but you'd have the publicity the same
like 12
way.
women in front of me. Yeah, it'd be
I
great
feel like
too.
you could be good in Love Is Blind,
Yeah, dude, you would rather
but I don't see you
go...
on like Too Hot to Handle or something.
I like Bachelor in Paradise too. That one would be fun as fuck.
That's a better answer because you would rather
It's
go...
his answer.
But
It's a good answer.
Well, let me
No,
try
I-
to give
yeah.
my... I let him have his time. Here's my rebuttal.
I just
You
haven't
would
seen enough
rather-
shows either.
You would rather go and wear your heart on a sleeve and compete with 40 other guys than go to fucking like what is that one show we were just watching on Netflix that we talked about on the other episode?
Perfect Match.
Perfect Match.
I haven't seen that one.
And they just go to a beach and they do the stupidest fucking games and they're all making out with each other and
So low budget.
at a pool hanging
Yeah.
out the whole time.
Yeah, that's his answer. What's the deal?
Yeah,
Whatever,
What's
dude.
the
I
problem?
think Bachelor in Paradise would be fun as fuck too.
Yeah.
but step one is Bachelorette.
I guess
right?
you got to do the Bachelor first.
Bachelorette.
You know what, dude? If that's hey, like we said earlier, I'm gonna take it back. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
I'm taking it back because look, if that's your truth, man,
I think it's a very respectful answer.
I think it's a good answer.
Respectable. Spencer,
good answer. Good answer.
what's your
Give me a boy's name that starts with the letter H. Jose.
your type?
Oh, that's a good question because I've dated people and I've only really had 2 serious relationships, just so people know. I dated 2 people, very different. Type, are you looking for like personality, looks?
Looks and personality.
Okay.
Looks and qualities.
Okay. So looks, brunette or blonde.
No love for the redheads.
It's okay.
You're beautiful. though. Dana, you're beautiful.
people don't know they want a redhead
Yeah.
until they have one.
That's
I'm
true.
not
And
saying
they're
like I wouldn't date
wow.
one, but like,
Of course.
Exhibit A.
That's okay.
I had no
never
idea.
take that personally.
yeah.
Because
obviously
know
someone
that
shorter
we're
than
a
me.
catch.
You're beautiful, Dana.
Thank
Never
you,
forget it.
Spencer. Also, while we're on the topic of you thinking I'm beautiful, I do know that you have asked Joe if my ass is fake.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you did.
When?
Way back.
I have a really good memory, maybe better than yours. Maybe your memory isn't so good.
Well, I
way
knew that
back.
you guys were fucking before you were dating, so I'm smart.
Yeah,
Well-
you were one of the people that was hot on our trail.
Yeah. There were a few people hot on our trail.
You were hot on our tracks.
But yeah, one of your first questions was, is her ass real or fake? And honestly, I don't even need a comment from you. I don't even have a question, but I did think that was a great opportunity to let the listeners know that I have a fucking down.
Yeah.
And I just want them to be able to imagine.
You just
me.
wanted the listeners to know that you have a fat ass.
Yeah. So thank you, Spencer,
Of course,
for
of
opening
course.
that up.
Of
Okay.
Well,
so
now you know.
blondes and brunettes.
Yeah, someone shorter than me, obviously.
Okay. That's easy to do. How
not-
tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
Cool.
You're 6'4".
Yeah, he's tall as fuck.
Yeah.
You are tall.
Not so like, not really tiny, but not someone too short. So those are the qualities. I'm an ass or a tit guy.
Pretty
Doesn't really matter.
face.
Pretty face. Yeah, just pretty.
Course.
I'm an ass or a tit guy. Doesn't really matter.
No face.
He's like,
it's fine.
he's going, I'm an asser, and you go, pretty face.
Well, I mean, it's obviously I have to find him attractive if I'm going to date them.
Yeah, of course.
you know?
Did you say ass or?
It doesn't.
Tits?
I'm
You don't care.
Either or.
You'll take
I've
either.
been on both spectrums, so
Take either.
Yeah, totally.
not too picky. But those are.
As long as she's got a few holes.
Hey, yo!
Jeez. Dang.
Doesn't have to have a face. Just needs to have a hole in it, though. Sorry.
That's a good one. But so for traits,
Qualities. Do you like someone who likes to be the center of attention when she's in the room? Do you like her kind of being the center of attention? Or do you kind of like her off to the side,
Yeah.
like more quiet?
yeah.
What do you, personality-wise, what do you like?
So the main things I look for is one, this is going to sound so like, what the fuck, Spencer? But I really like to meet people that I can be myself around. I hate putting on an act on a first date or, not like lying, but stretching the truth on things. Like if a girl asks me like, oh, what do you like to do in your free time? Like sometimes I would say in the past, like, oh, I do X, Y, and Z. But yeah, I'm like, not doing much. I'm playing Xbox and I'm going on walks and working out, shit like that.
Yeah.
So like I want someone
You're
that's
not
gonna
trying to like
not give a
impress.
shit
Not,
what I do.
you don't want to
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not
So
gonna
what
be like,
can
oh,
a-
I'm reading
Yeah,
Mozart. Mozart's an artist.
So, like, what can a girl do to make you feel like you can open up? Or be yourself?
express like their interest towards me. Like it doesn't.
Oh yeah, if you're getting the vibe that she's into you, you're
I'm gonna give 'em-
disarmed a little
yeah,
bit, and
yeah,
you can like kind of be yourself.
Yeah, like if you're on a date or I'm on a date and they're asking about me, like I'm like, oh shit, she cares. I'm gonna give, I'm gonna open up and say these things. So like basically just curious and down to earth and don't like give a shit not how I act like in a bad way, but like who I am. you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
yeah. So you just need like the confidence that the person's into you, and then you
Yep.
can kind of
Yep.
you're feeling yourself. So okay, so if you're looking at a bunch of girls in the room, like, are you more attracted to someone who kind of like stands out and kind of makes herself known in the room, or do you kind of like more of like a reserved presence, or what kind of like stands out to you when you're like in a room full of women assessing the scene?
It's a tough question.
Maybe you like both, too.
Yeah. So I've been on both ends, but I like someone who can be friends with my friends because I've had one of my, relationships. It took a while for that person to open up, and it sucked.
Yeah.
I want so like
You
someone
want someone to be able to
outgoing,
hang, go on
Yeah.
bend trips with
yeah,
us.
outgoing, but can like
She's got to be able to hang.
yeah, outgoing, but can be
That's
independent
huge.
and like
Yeah.
do her own thing.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
So
Being able to hang is a major.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't get along with your friends, would that be a red flag?
Yeah, sure,
Totally.
of
Like, yeah,
course.
if you don't get along,
sucks.
if your significant other can't gel with your homies,
Well, it also just makes life so much easier knowing like, oh, like I, have plans with the girls, or it's just so nice for me to have plans with the girls and then being like, bring Joe. Like
Yeah.
they want Joe around
Yeah.
rather than like, oh, Dayna's bringing Joe again.
Yep. Yep.
So annoying. Like I'm not going to ask her to hang out anymore, which, like I know when it's time for the girls, and I also know when like maybe they would enjoy to have Joe around because Joe's like awesome to be around. It's
Yeah.
nice to have like someone like that.
I'm so thankful to have you as somebody that like Spencer and all my homies want to hang out
yeah,
with.
that's
It's
we love that
huge.
for you,
It's
yeah.
so huge. Like we all love you so much. And
Well, I mean, I was homies with Spencer and Craig before we started dating too, so that definitely
Totally,
helps.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
your other friends,
Yeah, you're one of the
I
guys.
forget about that. You're
Yeah, I'm one of the guys. Don't forget, Spencer.
Don't forget.
We were friends before this.
You're right.
You're
I know,
not
we
friends
are.
with each other because of Joe.
No, yeah,
That's-
I'm
yeah.
still
We're
friends
homies.
with you.
Oh, yeah, we are mutual
don't fucking
homes.
get it twisted.
100%. So, to finish answering your question, so, what personality traits, things I like in a
Yeah,
girl?
yeah.
So I've been talking to this girl. She's leaving, unfortunately, to move home.
Sucks.
Travel nurse.
Damn.
And I was texting her friend, and I was like, I think the biggest thing for me right now is one, she's very independent, which I like.
Cool.
I don't have to act differently around her. She's funny and genuine, and she's pretty as hell.
Cute.
So those.
Those are that's good. Okay, so you're texting
Did you say
her
pretty
friend.
as hell? Did you really say pretty as hell? Is that the exact words you used?
Yeah.
Simp ass bitch. Okay, so
No,
why
I'll
are
show
you
I just thought you would say
texting her
something
friend?
like hot as fuck.
Her friend is dating one of my really good friends from college, and that's how we introduced.
Okay, so you
And
guys all know. each
Yeah,
other.
so she's like, she would not say anything.
Okay. You don't know much about girls if you really think that, but also it is funny that you said pretty as hell because hot as fuck like can come off disrespectful. So like a good
I say
alternative
if I'm- yeah.
is pretty as hell.
If
It's
I
like
tell a
nice
girl
way
in
to
person-
say
That's a
hot as
gentleman,
fuck.
I
that's a gentleman
say-
way to do it.
Yeah, I say you look beautiful, or I think you look really pretty. I'm never gonna say like to a girl on a date you look hot.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah,
that's for
that's
bed.
douchey.
Yeah, that's for
yeah.
bed.
It's like you're so hot. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Well, I saved that phrase for bed.
So is this? It's not going to work though with this girl. She's moving to Montana.
You're not like in bed like fucking like you're pretty as hell. You're like you're hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Not sorry. What was I gonna say?
to your question about her, I mean,
Yeah, this girl.
It's just
so
timing's off.
You love. Well, you don't. You.
I haven't known her that long, but
You're
she's-
loving it.
She's with
so
very
far.
yeah. She's very different than anyone else I've gone on dates and hung out with.
Damn, that
Like
sucks.
country girl.
Do you
like,
think you're going to try to do a long distance thing or no?
No, we haven't.
You
I've
don't
only
have a
known her for
foundation like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, I've only known her for a month and a half. But,
Long distance, even for the strongest relationships, is
Yeah.
just like not.
yeah, but she's great. Like older than me, which has never happened.
Love.
Country girl, beautiful eyes, blue, like dirty blonde hair, put together, independent. So
That's
But it's not gonna
shitty.
work.
yeah,
How do you feel?
Timing,
how does that,
timing.
How do you
It
feel
just,
about
it's
that?
not meant to
you
be.
know, it's fine. Yeah, it's not. I mean, like, am I gonna, am I really distraught and upset? No, I haven't known her that well, but who knows? Maybe she'll be back someday.
Just a little bit of a bummer.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bummer. Yeah.
It is. But they're pretty. Now perfect timing for the podcast because we're gonna have ladies swimming in our big sock DMs.
Yeah, hey, I'm really sorry about this, but let's turn the page. What do you say to all the single ladies out there?
Yeah. What do you?
I love
All
that.
the
Okay,
single
this
ladies.
honestly, this did turn into like a hyping Spencer up podcast for the ladies. I don't know why or how, but we'll have you on again and just get really into the deep stuff.
Yeah, we can get
This
deep
is like
into it.
Spencer part 1.
I want you. Is in 5 years we're at Spencer's wedding, and it was just the podcast. I heard him on the podcast,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't stop thinking about him. But
Stop thinking
if
about it.
we have 45 seconds on the clock,
Okay.
we do have a 65. I think last time I checked, 65% female audience.
What do you mean
Okay.
45 seconds on the clock?
I want Spencer
Wants
to
to put me under
give
the gun.
his elevator pitch to all the ladies out there.
Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
So all the ladies, I'm gonna put it on a timer. So it's quite literally gonna
So
go
if
off.
someone asks me,
So
No, we're asking you to tell the ladies of the podcast
Okay.
who are listening.
So
What's the
here's
elevator pitch?
here's what I want to do. So I've got 45 seconds on the clock. Don't start now. You can be thinking about your answer right now. But the question specifically, and this is from Luke actually, this question. If you were on a date and she said you only have 45 seconds to tell me what you want me to know most about you, what would you say? And I want you to also use this as basically your elevator pitch
Yeah.
to the ladies out there.
Yeah.
What do you want them to know about you, and why should they want to date you? 45 seconds on the clock. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
So I'm going to start with, I have a good upbringing. I love my mom, love my family. I'm a good family man. I put other people before myself. You know, I'm hot. I'm successful. I'm nice, funny. But I'm just like a fucking good time. Like I get along with everybody. And yeah, I've got a big dick too. I think one other thing that my mom always taught me was to treat women with respect. And I've never had a really bad encounter or a bad situation with a girl. So we'll end there.
That's time.
Fantastic work. I'm sold. Joe, get
That
out
was
of here.
hard. That was hard.
I'm
Hey.
switching. Sorry.
That was really hard.
But you used every second of your 45 seconds.
That was so good, Spencer.
That was beautiful.
That was really beautiful. Do you feel like we kind of like covered everything you wanted to cover? Was there anything you were expecting to talk about that we didn't talk about today?
No, I had a great time.
Awesome.
No, and I'm really excited to listen to it.
Fantastic. Well, if you change your mind, you'll be back. But is there anything you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, I just want to say appreciate you guys letting me come and sit on the big brown sack.
Anytime.
I think just, you know, I'm gonna be having a fun summer. I'm excited to hang out with my friends. I know this wasn't, you know, all about dating, whatever, but like, yeah, like a lot of people don't know, like, I guess like you guys as friends and other people that I've met after college don't really know like the first part of my life, things
Yeah.
like that, because you don't really like, you know, talk about that stuff as much with people you meet after college and
Yeah.
whatever. But no, I'm just like, I'm a good guy. I'm genuine. I'm annoying as fuck. But I love having fun and hanging out. So
Fuck yeah. Well, Spencer, we love you. Thanks
Love
for
you guys
coming
too.
down. Sucks that you're leaving. We can't like go hang out in the hot
let's
tub. but whatever.
we'll do something soon.
Okay.
Do something soon.
This is
And-
so fun. Like this has been so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Like-
has been fun. If
Part
there's-
one of Spencer.
Yeah.
If there's one
Many more to
thing
come.
you want people to take,
Literally
from
just
this
ask that.
episode, no, you said, what do you want to leave people with?
It's like,
Is that the
like
same
the
question?
same question.
Well, yeah. I mean, the last two questions, I felt like I was a little awkward there, but like, I love being single.
He's annoying and he's
you know.
awkward.
Spencer, you've been awesome. I think this is going to
Yeah.
be a great episode.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But I love being single too. Sorry, we didn't get to that point. I love my own time. I love my independence.
So you got to be a special lady if you're
Yeah,
gonna-
like that's the thing. So just, you know, let's fucking have a good time. Like there's no pressure. Like, you know.
Having a good time, having a good time.
You haven't looked at the Tesla. Look outside real quick. And I got a fucking
Damn, that shit is noise.
And he's got a bat.
Is it?
And he's got a bat. In his pants.
Is it black or navy blue?
it's metallic silver.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks a little blue.
It looks really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really. Your old car was a fucking
my old
beater.
car was a piece of shit.
What was it again?
A 2004 Kia Sorento.
was
How are
so
we ending
rough.
this thing? We're just yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Thanks so much for listening. This has been episode 7. Spencer, thanks so much for coming on, being yourself, being
Thank you.
vulnerable. We want to create a space to tell each other stories, have a little party, and fucking live it up, baby. Thanks for listening. This has been episode 7. Spencer, I'll have to bleep that out.
I don't care if they know my last name.
Alrighty, see
No
ya.
last name.
That was so